Welcome back to Beyond Budget. Today we're stepping up and looking at Dell's Latitude 5000 series. The 5000 series has long served as the reliable backbone for businesses that need enterprise-grade durability, strong security features, and long-term manageability without stepping up to the more expensive 7000 series. The Latitude 5550, updated for 2024 as an AI-ready PC, is designed to sit between basic consumer laptops and premium enterprise machines. Our review unit is configured with a 15.6-inch Full HD anti-glare IPS display, an Intel Core Ultra 5 125U processor, a 32GB of DDR5 RAM, and a 1TB of PCIe NVMe SSD, along with an integrated Intel Arc 4 Xe Core graphics. In this review, we'll walk through the design and build quality, display, performance, upgradability, battery life, and more, so you can decide whether this business-focused machine actually delivers. Let's start with the design and build quality. The Latitude 5550 uses a practical mix of polycarbonate and carbon fiber reinforced plastic. It's not aluminum, but the chassis still feels rigid enough for daily travel. The lid flexes slightly under pressure, but remains well within acceptable limits for a laptop in this class. Dell states the laptop is tested against military standard 810H durability standards, meaning it's designed to tolerate the drops, vibrations, and temperature variations common in real-world travel or office environments. At around 3.58 pounds, or 1.62 kilograms, and roughly 0.9 inches, or 21 millimeters thick, it's not the lightest 15-inch business laptop on the market. However, the balanced weight distribution and compact footprint make it easy to slip into a bag. For the intended user, someone moving between meetings, client sites, or campus libraries, this balance of toughness and portability means the laptop is built to survive real-world use. In terms of display, the Latitude 5550 features a 15.6-inch 1920 by 1080 IPS panel running at 60 Hz with an anti-glare coating. Typical brightness sits around 250 nits. This means on indoors use, under normal office lighting, the screen is perfectly usable for documents, email, and coding. Text appears sharp, and viewing angles are wide. However, if you take it outside or sit near strong window light, you may need to increase brightness to the maximum or adjust your viewing angle to use it. Color coverage is approximately 45% of NTSC, which is typical for mainstream business laptops. This indicates the display is not suitable for color-critical work, such as professional photo or video editing. However, for typical office tasks, documents, spreadsheets, web browsing, and meetings, the display performs well without adding unnecessary cost. Connectivity is one area where the Latitude 5550 stands out from most laptops. You get two USB-A 3.2 ports, including one with sleep and charge support, two Thunderbolt 4 USB Type-C ports supporting power delivery and DisplayPort, a full-size HDMI 2.1 output, a Gigabit Ethernet RJ45 port, a micro SD card reader, and a 3.5mm audio combo jack. Wireless connectivity includes Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3. This combination is extremely practical. Students and small business users can plug directly into projectors, Ethernet networks, or external monitors without relying on adapters. The Thunderbolt ports also make it easy to connect docking stations from multi-monitor setups. In a category where many consumer laptops remove Ethernet ports or reduce connectivity, the Latitude 5550's port selection is refreshingly practical. The backlit keyboard includes a numeric keypad and offers good key travel with slightly clicky but quiet feedback, making long typing sessions comfortable. The layout is standard for Dell business laptops, with spacious and well-spaced keys. The power button sits in the top right corner. The trackpad is slightly small, but it is accurate enough for Windows gestures and everyday navigation once sensitivity is adjusted. It's not as smooth as a premium glass trackpad, but it performs reliably. The Full HD RGB webcam is a significant step up from the grainy 720p sensors of older generation. It delivers clear video in typical lighting conditions and includes a physical privacy shutter, which is an important feature for users who frequently join video calls. Speakers are average. They are clear enough for video calls and casual media playback, but lack strong bass and can sound slightly thin at higher volumes. Performance-wise, this machine is driven by the 12-core processor consisting of 2 performance cores, 8 efficient cores, and 2 low-power efficient cores. This results in a 14-thread Meteor Lake processor designed for efficient multitasking. Dell offers both Ultra 5 and Ultra 7 variants, and some configurations include Intel vPro for enterprise management. The Ultra 5 configuration in our configuration sits in a strong performance sweet spot. It handles heavy multitasking, dozens of browser tabs, Microsoft Office, video conferencing, and light programming workloads without difficulty. Compared to the previous generation Core i7-135-5U, the Ultra 5 125U can deliver noticeably better multi-core performance and improved efficiency thanks to the newer architecture and built-in NPU for AI workloads. The system comes with 32 GB of dual-channel DDR5 memory, which is a well-thought-out addition for modern 2026 workflows. This amount of memory helps the system stay very responsive even when running large spreadsheets, development tools, and multiple applications simultaneously. Our unit also includes a generous 1 TB of NVMe SSD. This configuration costs around $1,200 at the time of making this video. You can also find versions with lower or higher RAM and storage capacities, typically costing about $200 less or up to $400 more. However, if I had to choose, I would go with a 32 GB RAM and 1 TB storage configuration, as it better suits or is sufficient for the kind of productivity and professional workloads this laptop is designed for. Graphics are handled by Intel Integrated Graphics based on the Arc architecture featuring 4 Xe cores. This GPU isn't designed for modern AAA gaming or heavy 3D rendering, and it relies on shared system memory rather than dedicated video RAM. However, thanks to major improvements in integrated graphics over the past few years, performance is now comparable to older entry-level dedicated GPUs like the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 from 2017 in some workloads. That means it can comfortably run older esports titles such as Counter-Strike Global Offensive or Dota 2 at low to medium settings. It can also handle light creative workloads, including filters in Adobe Photoshop, basic timeline scrubbing in Adobe Premiere Pro, and smooth 4K video playback. The integrated NPU can also accelerate certain AI features such as Windows Studio Effects and emerging AI-assisted applications. For users who only need occasional graphics acceleration, this integrated solution keeps power consumption, heat, and cost under control. Upgradability is one of the Latitude 5550's strongest advantages. The system includes 2 SO-DIMM slots supporting up to 64 GB of DDR5 5600 memory and 2 M.2 Gen 4 NVMe SSDs. The bottom panel and battery are user-serviceable with standard Phillips screws, with no glued components or soldered RAM. This means that in 3 or 4 years, users can upgrade memory or storage rather than replacing the entire laptop. For businesses and professionals who keep devices for 4 to 6 years, this greatly lowers total cost of ownership. In terms of battery life, our review unit includes a larger 54 watt-hour battery. Under light productivity tasks, such as web browsing, office work, and occasional video calls, you can expect around 9 to 11 hours of battery life, depending on brightness and power settings. Under heavier mixed workloads, battery life typically drops to around 6 to 8 hours. Dell's Express Charge technology can recharge the battery to about 80% in roughly an hour with the included 65-watt charger, which helps minimize downtime during the workday. Overall, the endurance is still respectable for a 15.6-inch business laptop. However, by 2026, some newer ARM-based laptops can achieve significantly longer battery life, sometimes reaching up to 20 hours. Even so, for a traditional x86 business laptop in this class, the battery performance here is solid and easily capable of covering a typical workday. Cooling is handled by a single fan with dual heat pipes. During sustained CPU workloads, the fan remains surprisingly quiet, almost silent in the optimized mode, and only gently audible under maximum performance settings. Surface temperatures also remain comfortable, even during long workloads, and the system prioritizes efficiency rather than chasing maximum clock speeds. This quiet operation is particularly beneficial for users working in open offices, meeting rooms, or libraries. Now let's summarize the strengths and weaknesses. The strengths include excellent port selection, genuine upgradability, comfortable keyboard, quiet and efficient operation, military-grade durability, and strong value in the business segment. These features directly reduce daily friction and extend the laptop's useful life. Weaknesses include the display's modest brightness and color coverage, limit outdoor use and creative color work, the trackpad is merely adequate, and at 3.58 pounds or 1.62 kilograms, it's not the lightest option if you travel extremely light. None of these are deal breakers for the target user, but they are the trade-offs that keep the price sensible. Overall, for users who value reliable productivity, long service life, and practical connectivity, the Latitude 5550 remains a smart and sensible business laptop. You may want to look elsewhere if you need a high color accuracy display for design work, serious gaming performance, or the lightest possible 15-inch laptop for constant travel. Thank you for watching. If you found the review helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Beyond Budget for more clear-headed tech analysis, and let us know in the comments what laptop you'd like us to tackle next. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.